I have many stories with personal fitness training that are great and some that have not gone so great. And I can recall many times seeing trainers do the same exact cookie cutter routine over and over and over again. I'm like, that's not personal training. And personal training is not meant to be cookie cutter. That's why we call it personal, because you are to sit down with the client and go over what their goals are, do a needs analysis. What is the purpose of this? Are you an athlete, or are you just trying to better condition yourself? So those are things I need to know. I need to know, like, again, SMART goals. My first personal training client at my work many years ago, it was a challenge for me because he was a big man and he never exercised before. He was about 352 pounds, if I remember correctly. And our first session was maybe about 10 minutes in length. That was it. And he said to me, well, I guess I should lose weight before we do this. I went, no. I want to preserve as much lean muscle mass as I possibly can. I don't want you going on diets and, cardio. So we started resistance training. Again, my exercises were quite challenging. And I'll share something that, with me, I was in the beginning, and it was embarrassing because I put him on the leg press, slanted leg press, and he couldn't get up. So I felt, oh gosh, horrible, because I thought, I'm embarrassing this poor gentleman. And I said to him, oh, I'm sorry, but I'm no slouch. I grabbed his arm and I just kind of like swung him up. I was like, we won't do that until you feel comfortable. So we worked on core strength. But I was happy to say that after a year of us training, he lost over 100 pounds. And everyone at the workplace was, Frank, you look wonderful. And he was getting compliments left and right. And people were coming up to me, what did you do with him? I said, we started slow and we progressed gradually. We had some setbacks, yes we did. I said, but then I made him sit down and do a contract with me. I will do this, I will do this. And we went over that weekly. And I said, oh, I want to see your food diary. I want to see your activity, because I'm only here so many days a week working with you. So Frank was probably one of my biggest success stories, and I was so proud of him because he put the work in. And of course, getting the compliments makes him want to work even harder. Just like I would say with a group fitness instructor, I would say just be your authentic self. Be able to read the person. We can get into all kinds of screening and what you should do and knowing limitations and medical conditions. But when you're working with someone, obviously you want to know that first. You never go right onto the gym floor without sitting down and doing your assessment and finding out what the person's there for, their needs analysis, and then putting together the workout plan based on health history, previous injuries, and all of that. I think that's the most important thing to do. And that's your area of being like the detective, or writing things down like, oh, okay. Oh, so you had a knee surgery, and how's that feeling? Are there any exercises that I should be made aware of that you may feel uncomfortable, performing? So having an open dialogue is really important, especially when you are working with, one-on-one. One-on-one's a lot different than when you're teaching group exercise class. Completely different animals, but the same passion has to exist. You have to want to be there. And if your personality doesn't mesh with someone else, well, and that's okay. I think trainers sometimes are just so hungry, like, oh, I have all these clients and I want to please everybody. But if it just doesn't work, then it's just best to walk away if need be. So that would be my recommendation for anyone brand new.